welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna go ahead and start off by apologizing for my energy in the intro and like all the super somber facial expressions I'm probably gonna make throughout the whole video. I'm feeling really sick and I wanted to go ahead and film the video before it kind of got to its absolute worst. That way I'm not out of my uploading. So like I said, please excuse all the energy. Today's video is going to be a tutorial on this look that I'm wearing right now. It's kind of a neutral brown bronzy smoky eye. As always, feel free to omit any parts of it that you don't want to add. The inner eye detail, get rid of it if you don't like it. The wings, don't put it in there if you don't want to. I just kind of wanted to play around and do something different today. Actually, this really isn't that different from anything I've ever done. Just kidding. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it, and I did use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. After I uploaded my last tutorial using this palette, you guys asked me pretty much a million times on that video and a million times since to do more tutorials with it, so I hope you guys enjoy this one. And if you want to know quickly my thoughts on the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, that is the longest title in the whole world, I do recommend it. It is a beautiful, beautiful palette. So anyway, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Please thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Check the down bar for links to all my social media platforms. Subscribe if you have not. Just reached 50,000 subscribers, and I love every single solitary one of you guys that have ever watched, subscribed, thumbs up, liked, shared any of my videos. It really does mean the whole entire world to me. So once again, thank you so much. See you guys in the next one. Love you more than you will ever know. Guys, as usual, we are starting off with a primer. Today I'm using MAC Painterly Paint Pot. Always prime your eyes. I'm just going to take this on a synthetic brush and run it from lash line to brow, making sure I've got a nice, clean, even base for my shadows. Then I'm going to set the Painterly primer with the Tempera shade from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette with a fluffy brush. Please excuse everything about this video. Like I said, I'm sick, so I know I'm not going to be very entertaining or lively today. Then taking the raw sienna color from the same palette, you could use burnt orange if you prefer to, or you can mix them if you want. I'm just going to take this on a fluffy E40 brush from Sigma and work this on the outer corner of my eye and go up in a diagonal motion. This is a cat eye technically, but it is a dark cat eye, so I really want to build up the intensity on the outer corners of my eye as much as I can, because you need to have a nice contrast between the dark lid color and the dark outer corner to give a nice gradient effect and really open up and angle out those eyes. Then I'm taking Warm Taupe from the same palette. It's just a cooler tone, nice brown shade, and I'm going to go in with a smaller brush. Excuse me, this is a MAC 286, I believe. And I'm just going to work this right underneath where I laid down the raw sienna color. Poke a lot of it in the outer corner as well, as you see me kind of feathering it in and taking it inwards. I'm going to go pretty far in, but I'm just going to keep it below the first color we put down. You notice my brush is staying much lower than that first color that I went in with. And then I'll take a bigger brush and blend it out like always. Next, going back in with the palette and taking the color Cypress Umber, which is a nice, warm, deep chocolatey color, and a smaller brush. I started off with the Makeup Geek Outer Crease brush, but it was a little bit too chubby on the sides. It was giving me a little too much color where I didn't want it to go, so I ended up switching back to the brush I put the Warm Taupe down in with. But I'm just going to put this even lower in the outer corner and move it inwards and kind of start feathering it in with a different brush so I have a little bit more control. I didn't want it to be too dense of a color placement. I still wanted to be able to feather and blend it out, so that's kind of why I switched brushes. I tell you guys in every video that your brush and your eyeshadow combo is crucial. Then taking a brown paint pot, any paint pot, brown eyeliner will even work. Brown paint pots are just so useful. I use them all the time. I'm just going to lay this all over my lid with this synthetic brush that's flat and thin, and just pat it all over and start working it in towards the Cypress Umber and up into the inner corner of my eye where my eyeshadow got a little choppy. Not only to cover it up, but since I am going to take this brown shade up and into my crease a little bit, I needed to have something to blend into, so that's why I kind of want all of the colors right there in the inner corner of my eye to meet together. And then I just blend out the texture of the cream with a fluffy brush. Then taking the color Antique Bronze from the palette and putting it all over my lid. This is definitely my least favorite shade in the whole palette. It doesn't quite have the pigmentation or the blendability that I wish that it did, but it is a nice color when you work with it. Then I'm just going to kind of start deepening out that outer corner to my desired taste level. I like to keep the outer corner really, really dark when I'm working with a smoky eye like this. The shape that I'm creating this time is really angular. I'm poking some black out there too. Any black will do, just to kind of deepen up further. The shape today is very angular. It's not rounded at all, but you can adjust that to suit your taste. Make sure you go in with bigger brushes to blend out your work as you go. That's going to really help keep you on top of the process and nothing will get too choppy. Then going in with a horrible product shot of the Maybelline Gel Liner, I'm just going to create a wing. I thought about kind of doing a wing tutorial right now with you guys, but honestly, it's the same. I think most people do it the way that I do it. I just kind of draw the line on the outer corner, and then I take the line inward in a diagonal motion and just connect them all together. Eyeliner and anything about makeup that you guys are feeling like you're having trouble getting. A lot of people tell me that they have a hard time with lashes. Also, it's really just repetition. You have to do it as much as you can. Speaking of lashes, I'm curling them and I'm getting them ready for mascara and my falsies. This is the Makeup Forever Excessive Lash Mascara. I've been using it a lot. It's my favorite mascara I've used in such a long time. I'm just going to coat my lashes and prepare them for the falsies I'm going to put on. I like this mascara for top lashes. I like it for my bottom lashes. It lengthens, it thickens, it separates. It's really, really nice. I love it. For lashes today, I don't have a product shot because this is my last pair and I didn't have the box anymore, but these are the KOKO lashes in the style AMORE. I'll leave a link down below, excuse me, where you can find them on their website. I love them a lot. KOKO lashes they're always doing the job for me. They're my favorite. For primer today, I'm using the Makeup Forever Skin Smoothing Base. I'm just putting this all over my face in the areas that have the most texture. My skin is, as I said before, is just going through a really rough patch. So today I'm going to mix the STILA Aqua Glow Serum Foundation with the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops. That way I can kind of have a light fluid foundation that's not too heavy, but it's extremely pigmented to help cover up all the redness and some of the breakouts I'm experiencing right now. It's all kind of a result of, just to be frank with you, the time of the month and the medical skincare I told you guys about that I'm using right now. Part of the process in the first 6 to 8 weeks is your skin just purges and peels and it's red and it's painful, but I'm almost done with the first initial phasing of it. So like I said, just excuse the state of my face. Then I'm going in with the Naked Skin Concealer from Urban Decay, and I'm just going to put this all underneath my eyes, my cupid's bow, the bridge of my nose, my chin, and my forehead. I never know if I should include my complexion part in my videos. You guys should actually take a vote if you want to see me do this in every video, because I feel kind of like, even if I change products, the technique doesn't change that much. I mean, the most my technique will change in my makeup application will be deciding if I'm going to bake or not. That's really it. Now I'm blending my concealer into my skin with a damp sponge. This is the Real Techniques Beauty Blender sponge, or their kind of version of it rather. I've been really into these. I like that I can just go grab some from the drugstore anytime. Then to kind of further highlight some areas of my face, I'm taking the YSL Touche Éclat Concealer. I think this is in number 2. And I'm just going to put that on some areas that I want to bring a little bit more light to. Being sick right now is making me look kind of sallow and sunken in and just gross. So I was definitely going to take the opportunity to bring a little bit more light to my face. Excuse me. So yeah, I'm going to blend that out with this is not another blending sponge, but I'm once again going to blend it out with a blending sponge just to make sure there are no lines and all the excess product is absorbed onto my sponge and it doesn't stay on the surface of my skin. And off camera, I went ahead and baked my makeup with the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Powder, and I am dusting it off and getting it all in my hair while I do it, apparently. Everyone asks me about this brush. This is a Sephora brush. It's their Pro Blush Brush. Then I'm taking the Smashbox bronzer on a fluffy brush, and I'm just kind of bronzing the forehead, a little bit on my temples. I'll do my jawline, and then I'll go in, and I've been doing this a lot lately. Headache time, instant headache. I'll go in with a little bit smaller of a kind of bronzer or a blush brush. You'll see me do it in a second, just to kind of put the bronzer a little bit more precisely in the hollows of my cheek. I do that not only to add a little bit more warmth to my skin, but I also do it to give my contour something to blend into. That way it's not just trying to blend into my skin tone. It has something a little bit in a closer color family to blend in with. For my contour, I'm using this color from the Kat Von D Shade Light palette, and I'm taking my NARS Ita brush just to kind of contour and carve out the very backs of my cheekbones, and I'll take that along my hairline and a little bit around my chin as well. I love contouring. I love mixing different brushes and layering different products and blending out different ways. So I guess it does change a little bit. I leave that cooking powder on my nose, by the way, that you guys see there, because that way, when I contour my nose like I'm doing it right now, I don't really have to go to banana sandwich with adding contour, because that reverse highlight technique I'm doing right here is going to bring so much light to the center of my nose that I don't have to work really hard to bring the contrast to the sides of it, if that makes sense. Then I'm going to clean up my contour a little bit with my Laura Mercier translucent powder and move on to my lash line. I'm just running the first color we started off with, that burnt sienna, under my lash line with a pencil brush, inwards and outwards from inner corner to outer corner. And then I'm going to take a push liner brush and just put a little bit of the Cypress Umber right underneath my lash line as close as I can possibly get it, and then draw a line to create what I call a little pocket. That's my little eye pocket. I wanted to do my little inner corner trick. I like how it creates a super angular look, and that's what I was going for today. So the trick is just to kind of take your time building up the intensity of the line in the inner corner, because you don't want it to be too dark and too harsh. But I did want to connect the outer wing with some black shadow underneath my lash line just to kind of extend the eye out even further and more upward. And now to clean up my little pocket, I'm taking some eye primer on a little tiny brush to kind of carve it out and make sure it's nice and bright. And I'm going to take an eyeshadow over top of that so it really pops. And today I'm going to use Vermeer from the same Anastasia palette on a similar brush and just poke it on there, press it on. It's kind of like just priming my eye again for a more bright highlight look on the inner corner, but you can skip this entire step if you want to. On the areas of my eye that don't have that kind of lighter shadow, I will take this dark, warm brown eyeliner from Makeup Forever. If you can't tell, I'm a big Makeup Forever fan. I love their products so much, and these eyeliners are amazing. And then I'll just mascara the bottom lashes once again, using the same mascara as my top lashes. And I, once again, just can't say enough about this mascara. Oh my gosh, I need tea and soup and a bubble bath. Help me. Then I'm just going to take that same Vermeer shade and highlight my brow bone. And that's it for the eyes. And moving on to dust away all our baking powder from the nose and the underside of our contour. I'll move on to adding some blush to the skin because Lord knows I need it. I'm using the ROCKETUR blush from Benefit. It's so beautiful. I'm just going to put this all over the apples of my cheeks with a Sigma brush just to add some color. I didn't want to add anything too bright or bold, but then again, that never really is my style. I really like this blush a lot. If you're someone who likes like Warm Soul from MAC, you definitely like this one. Then take the Laura Mercier Baked Radiance highlighter. It's one of my favorites. I'm using it today because it's a much more subtle highlight, and with my skin being as bad and textured and rough as it is right now, I really don't want to add a lot of shimmer to it just to emphasize the problems that I'm having. For lips, I'm taking Conspiracy Lip Liner from Urban Decay. It's a nice brown shadow just to line out my lips and prepare it for the liquid lipstick that I'm going in with. Urban Decay definitely has some amazing, amazing lip liners. The formula is beautiful. And for lipstick, I'm going in with Kat Von D's Bow and Arrow, which is an amazing, amazing kind of warm, neutral brown that I think would flatter pretty much everyone that tried it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will catch you in the next one when I feel better. Bye!